Welcome back, print crew, to another episode of Looking for Prints. I've read all your comments from my last episode with the 49er helmet, and all of you had the same suggestion. I didn't print a prime tower, and that's what caused our issues with that print. So today, we're gonna prove myself as a noob, and I wanna prove you guys correct in the comments by printing a prime tower along with that helmet. So, without further ado, let's go over to our printer, load up our filament, and let's go print something. Here's our 4 filaments that we're going to be using. 4 colors: our silk gold PLA, our white PLA, our elegoo red, and elegoo black PLA. I'm going to get all this loaded up into the AMS here. I'm going to do this one-handed. Just going to take off the filament clip here, throw it into the AMS thing forward, shove it down in there. There it goes. Next, we're gonna put in white. Throw the white on there, put it next to the black in slot number 3. Trying to grab this one in hand. Red's gonna go right there. Push that down. There we go. And gold. Last but not least, our silk gold PLA goes in. All right, shut the lid. Now, let's go over to the computer. We'll talk about our print. I'll show you what we're printing and why we're printing it again, our 49er football helmet. Here's our 49er football helmet again. This is the one that we had issues with the emblem. And like I said in the open, read the comments, and all the comments are pointing to the same thing: not having a prime tower. So today, I'm gonna listen to those comments. We're gonna fix that. Let's go in to others, scroll down, and enable the prime tower, and hopefully that'll fix our issue with the 49er emblem. The reason to have a prime tower, I was under the impression the prime tower is only for making sure that the colors don't bleed over. That's what I had seen in some other YouTube videos, but you guys thankfully corrected me, and it not only does that, I believe, but also, and it does make sense when I think about it, it makes sure that, just like in the title says, the extruder is primed so that there's not any gaps in it when it's changing colors. And then that's where we get those missing kind of prints right there, and where we're having issues. So the prime tower then primes the nozzle, makes sure there's no interruption in the print when it changes color. That's why we're going to add it. Let's see what it adds on to it waste-wise. And while that's doing its thing, let's come over to device. Let's set our PLA gold. Confirm. Red. Confirm. And we need whites. Confirm. And black. Let's go back over to preview. All right, it's all previewed out. 120 grams for the model, 31.71 grams for support, 114 grams flush, 44.6 grams for the tower, for a total of 309 grams. It's hard, but again, I'm doing this because I want to prove you guys right. That took the time to leave those comments. I want to prove you guys right. Yes, this is a complete waste of filament. I already hear it in the comments now of like, wow, that's a lot of waste. I get it. It is a lot of waste. But the point of this is to prove that what you guys are telling me is correct. And so I'm willing to waste that filament to show you guys are absolutely right. Let's send it off to the printer for 19 hours and 33 minutes. We'll go ahead and send it on off, and we will check back on it tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. So we've already run into a problem with our helmet. We have a AMS failed to pull back filament. This could be due to a stuck spool, end of the filament being stuck in the path. I think it's end of the filament stuck in the path. I'm gonna pull all these out of the AMS. I'll load them back here in a second. But I think I've had this issue before, and it was something got cut in or broken in the line, and it had to like flush itself out. I'm gonna reboot the device. But yeah, I had filament stuck in there, and then all of a sudden I pulled everything out, and then a random piece of filament come shooting out of the AMS. It was acting a lot like this the first time it happened. So hopefully that's what's going on. And hopefully it's an easy fix so we can get started on our 19-hour marathon print. Let's load the gold in, see what happens. Gold is in there. Let's load the red now. Let's load the white. All right, now that the white's in, let's load up the black filament. See how that looks. Let's go ahead and we'll start our print back up. A1 gold, okay, let's print it. Let's see what happens. See if we can load up our gold. I think I figured out the problem. I think the spool was getting stuck. It was getting stuck right here. So it wasn't able to pull the filament into it. That's what happened. So it was stuck on this edge. I just had to clear it out real quick, but I think that was the problem. That was the problem because it's now purging out the gold filament. So we're good. So now it's taking the filament in. We're all set. We'll check back on our print in about 19 hours. But yeah, that was the problem. It was hung up right on the edge there. And I can see why actually the spool holder's cracked right there. See, the spool holder's cracked right there. That's where it was hung up on. So it couldn't grab the filament. It was like tangled up. All right, problem solved. Let's get it printed. So at this point, everything should be fixed. Prime tower's on, settings are dialed in, and this is the exact layer where the last helmet started going wrong. And I'm not gonna lie, I was watching this way closer than I normally do, because once this section finishes, there's no saving it. If the emblem messes up again, this whole print's basically a write-off. Right here is where I finally relaxed a little because for the first time, it actually looked clean. Okay, 19 hours, 33 minutes. Did the prime tower work? I think you guys can tell by now. And actually, you guys probably already knew it was going to, but yeah, I mean, come on, it worked. You guys were absolutely right. It came out great. Here's our purge tower, our prime tower. This is by far the biggest one I've ever printed. I didn't do this for the helmet itself. I did this to prove the print crew right. Those who took the time to comment and give suggestions, I wanted to prove you guys right. I'm gonna go over to the laptop. I'm gonna get everything set up so we can go ahead and we're just gonna print out the rest of the helmet so we can put it together. Let's go over to the laptop, get everything set up. So just like when we printed before, I'm actually going to come over here. And you know, I didn't have a prime tower on this one. I don't think it needs it necessarily because there's not a lot of color swapping on it. So we're not going to go ahead and do a prime tower. Preview this because yeah, there was no prime tower on this band and it printed just fine. It looked good. There's 3 filament changes. We're fine. 40 minutes. We'll go ahead and send it on over. And it looks like 22 grams of filament total with 0.82 being flushed for 40 minutes printing. Let's go ahead and send this over and we will check back on it in 40 minutes. With the band or the top of the helmet here, this band fully completed, came out great. I'm going to go ahead and print out the white parts now. And what I want to do is actually, I want to move everything to one plate. I just think it's easier. And if I can get it all on there, it just get everything printed out at once since it's all white. So we'll move everything over there, come over here to these clips. And we'll move the clips over here. All right, let's take a look at our build plate now. Okay, here's all our pieces, our face mask, our clips, this front piece, the back piece of the helmet, and these 4 kind of rivet looking things. Let's go ahead and preview this print. 2 hours, 45 minutes. No filament changes, anything like that. 42 grams total of the white filament, 26 for the model, 15 for the sports, which is going to be, the majority is going to be that face mask. Let's go ahead and print this. We'll check back on it in maybe about 3 hours and see how it turned out. Here's our print. You guys were 100% correct in the comments. Not printing the prime tower was exactly what caused the issue with the emblem. by printing the prime tower. The emblems came out perfect, and so much so that I was so excited about it, I printed everything else with the helmet because I am gonna put this one together, and this one is going on my desk. That's what I love so much about the 3D printing community. When I made a mistake on my channel and I asked for help, instead of you guys coming up with discouraging remarks or calling me an idiot, you guys gave me helpful advice. All of you guys did. And that's what made this print possible and made it look so good so that I can put it on my desk, and I learned something new along the way. So I encourage all of you guys to continue helping those who need it within this community, because 3D printing is an awesome hobby. Let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to see me print next. And make sure to like and subscribe, as that's what helps this channel grow and thrive. So I leave you with ABP, always be printing, and I'll catch you on the next one.